Well, good evening. It was one of those days. There was a lot of research and design and thinking. Um, it's pretty much getting up to speed, getting ready to write awk. So I spent a lot of time looking at good ways to play nicely and looking at or nicely on the page with HTML5 elements and looking at what good default settings are and especially for sizes and how to kind of the best way to make stuff dynamic such that um, if you want your elements for awk to be slightly larger or slightly smaller than I designed them, how can we scale up and scale down? And pretty much I'll pretty much start with a kind of a baseline of the normal text size is 16 pixels, and then I'll base all of the widths and heights for the most part in ems. So I'll have just a base font size and then try to base everything off of that, give that a go for the first time. I'm hoping I can get that to work. If not, I may have to use pixels for some widths and heights, and then ems for things like padding um, and other placement. So yeah, also did some work trying to figure out what things would look like, kind of how they would interact. I want to be able to have a read-only view that you can interact with, like either touch or click, and then it will switch to an editable view. You'll be able to edit it and then switch back out of it. So, I was trying to figure out, do I want those to be the same element or two different elements? I'm kind of right now thinking the same element. You can just toggle editable on and off based on various events or whatever you want to do. Also looked at colors and styling, and where do you put different parts of the CSS, because there's layout pieces that you need in the actual element itself, and then there's other styling pieces like color and border radius, and actually that's about it. Colors and border radiuses and gradients and things that would need to be defined externally. Um, Possibly say, well, here's a good default CSS that looks really nice, or not worry about that. I haven't quite decided on that yet. So tomorrow is pretty much going to be getting name, date, and place kind of in display only mode. Um, Essentially do what was it, just a 16 pixel text with a 1.2 ish line height, 1.2 m line height with half an m of padding, and kind of just see what that looks like with a 1 pixel border with a little bit of border radius, and then I'll leave it white and just do a color on the border, just make it dirt simple to begin with so that it looks reasonably nice, very flat design, very minimalistic, and then go from there. I may want to jump back over into Petri and do birth, because that would be a really good element to experiment on as well, because it's got some nice person to event to person or different person relationships in it. Picked up a pencil, dropped that. And that's it for today. So take care.